Reagan, and today I'm going to be doing a little video talking about how Ant-Man and the Wasp is connected to Avengers 4. So I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp and I loved it. I thought it was a great movie, really entertaining. I love Paul Rudd, I love Evangeline Lilly, and I knew I'd love it because I loved the original Ant-Man. I know I had some friends that hated it and they just thought that the villain was terrible, but I think that like the villains were cool. I really liked how the film centered on family. It was great. So I saw it on the Thursday and then I saw it again on Saturday, and so when I was seeing it, some things kind of jumped out at me and I was like, this could really relate to Avengers 4. Of course, I did a video breaking down Infinity War and talking about like how I read like Infinity Gauntlet and how there was correlations between those and kind of how I feel that maybe Avengers 4 will go. So, and I was kind of disappointed in Infinity War when they didn't have Ant-Man. I know there's a lot of characters, but I love Ant-Man, he's hilarious. So I thought that they could have did more with that. I think also I wish that they hinted more at Ant-Man in Infinity War, because I feel like just him, the side thing is he's on house arrest, and also Clint is too, kind of made him seem smaller, and like Ant-Man and the Wasp like a little bit less of a movie. So it still did pretty well, but I wish more people see it because I think it's really good. Also, I think that there's a lot of things that people should know before they go into Avengers 4 that Ant-Man and the Wasp talks about. And of course, I knew they would have a lot of connections because it's just Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, which comes out in March before Avengers 4 comes out. It was a great watch, and I did obviously notice some things because I overanalyze every movie I see, and that's just a habit I have. But yeah, so let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously, spoiler alert, but when Scott gets stuck in the quantum realm, like I knew that the snap would have an effect on Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I predicted that that would happen, maybe not in the end credit scenes, but at the end of the movie, so I knew that was going to be a factor. I no way thought that they would not mention it at all. I knew that something was going to happen. I didn't really think that was a lot of bad luck for Scott that all of them disappeared, but all of them being Hank, Janet, and Hope, so that was kind of sad. Obviously, it was kind of just like, ooh, he's stuck there, and I'm not too worried about Ant-Man. I do not think they'll kill him off in Avengers 4, but I do think it is fascinating that he's stuck there and he's kind of in this peril before we get into Avengers. Now, another thing I'm thinking is that when he got into the quantum realm, like when he was going into it, Janet said, do not get stuck in a time vortex because we will not be able to get you out. And when she said that, that really hit me, because I was like, oh my god, because a lot of people have been theorizing that Avengers 4 will have time travel, which I think is kind of a crazy endeavor, because I think that time travel adds a lot of plot holes to any movie that it's in. But I do think that it would be cool to see time travel work in this, because I think what will ultimately happen is Scott will either get sucked into a time vortex and kind of just appear somewhere out of the quantum realm. I think that would be interesting. Also, another theory I have is that Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, and so for so long she is not a part of any of the Avengers or anything. So she is either not on the planet, she's maybe in the Kree War and battling out there, so that might be where she is, or she's either stuck in the quantum realm. And Scott could find Captain Marvel through quantum entanglement, kind of similar to what happened with Janet, so they can meet up and be like, oh, we need to get out of there, and then they could, as soon as she sees this message from Nick Fury, she can be like, oh shoot, it's really she can have motivation to really get out of there, and then they can come out of the quantum realm together. So that may be a way, and I think that Captain Marvel might be powerful enough to kind of manipulate the quantum realm, so they don't need as much machinery as Hank and Hope did to save Janet. So that's what I'm thinking there. Also, going back to the time travel thing, I think that with Captain Marvel, I think that she and Ant-Man kind of have a bigger role to play in Avengers 4, because obviously they weren't in Infinity War, and I think brushing right after Captain Marvel coming out, I think there's going to be a lot in there that is part of Avengers 4. So coming off of that, I think that they'll have bigger roles, and then they both can kind of manipulate the quantum realm and so they can time travel with the Avengers to stop Thanos. And so through that, I think what will happen is we saw Chris Evans on set photos of Avengers 4 wearing his original Captain America uniform, and I think that they will flash back to the Avengers scene, and ultimately what will happen is what we've seen on the internet for the longest time, is that Captain America will take up Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and he will kill Thanos with Thor's hammer, which is back again after time travel so they could use it. And I think that's going to kill Captain America because Chris Evans' contract is done, so that's going to kill Captain America. And then probably for me, I think that Tony is just going to go into retirement, so that will kind of get rid of some of the characters there. And so that's, I think, the ultimate point in Avengers 4, and I do think that'll be time travel, and that's why I think that people should see Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I think that the quantum realm will come big into play in Avengers 4. I really loved Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really encourage people to go see it. I hope you liked this video. Like it if you liked it. Also, please subscribe, because I love when you guys subscribe. And also, yes, I do have more Star Wars videos coming. I just gotta work on more prep for one. It's taking me a little while, but anyway. So thanks guys for watching this video, and bye!